There you see on the left-hand side is Chase Masters already in action, playing Burn, taking on Adam Fronsee, mono green Tron. This is a classic Modern matchup.
We're watching Modern from 5 years ago, and I love it.
Right. Haven't seen much of these decks in recent times.
And this is a matchup where often the play draw is huge.
Yep.
And then it's a question of if Tron just draws the right cards.
Here's a walking Ballista from Adam. Just trying to hold the fort here. Searing Blaze, that's going to kill Ballista. Okay, that was a quick match. We found Adam at a very low life total when we started that.
Yeah, we walked right into the...
right into a quick one. It lasted all of 1 minute and 20 seconds, it looks like. So that one's wrapped now. We're going to go to sideboard, and I want to tell you about Adam's sideboard in particular, because usually I think this matchup just horrible for mono green Tron. Despite your Thrag Test, despite your Wormcoil Engine, extremely far favored in the direction of Burn, but maybe not here, because Adam Fronsee, 3 Leyline of Sanctity, 2 Nature's Claim, those will come in as well, another Wormcoil Engine, and an Orbs of Warding.
Yeah.
Wild stuff from Adam Fronsee. Of course, has both 4 and 7 mana Karn, so reliable access to these sideboard cards. That's why you see the Orbs of Warding. But I like his setup in post-board games.
Yeah, he's got a lot of action. Leyline of Sanctity is a card that we've seen a lot in the past, but not recently.
Right.
It was a haymaker against both Burn and then Jund style strategies that tried to attack your hand. But it's just not a card that's popular anymore because really Burn is not popular anymore. Discard spells are not popular anymore. But, you know, it's funny to see someone show up with these and be prepared. And then you're playing for the top 8 of our event with these cards in your sideboard against this matchup.
Nailed it. I will tell you that Adam Fronsee and Chase Masters rode to this event together. So it is quite possible saying, why don't I metagame against this car a little bit? I think he's got a good chance. Account for the Burn matchup. Meanwhile, over on Chase Masters' side, this is the red-white version of Burn. We were looking at 4 Smash to Smithereens, 3 Core Firewalker, 2 Skullcrack, Path to Exile, Phyrexian Revoker, and Wear Tear. Has some options in the sideboard, but I think it's Fronsee with the haymakers here.
It is, but his haymakers kind of dictate what Chase is going to do out of his sideboard. The Wear Tears are definitely going to come in. The Skullcracks are definitely going to come in. And there's times where these games play out where the opponent plays a Wormcoil Engine, and you just never let them gain life from it with things like Skullcrack.
Yep. I have a strong GP finish with Tron under my belt. In that GP, I played Burn 3 times, bested it twice. A lot of it was just preventing that spot and preventing them from being able to effectively utilize Skullcrack. Just finding a way to stretch out your damage over multiple turns, stretch out your life game in multiple spots. Have to avoid getting blown out by those cards.
So when you travel to an event with friends, you never want to be the one knocking them out of tournaments. Mm-hmm. But if it's going to happen, you wanted to be here, right?
Playing for top 8, yeah.
You're both solidly in the money for the event. You have great finishes, and one of you is going to be in the top 8.
Love to see it. It's like Adam on a mulligan here.
Yeah, it's not a big surprise. Tron is already a deck prone to aggressive mulligans, right? Because it's looking for that turn 3 Tron consistently. And now you've got haymaker sideboard cards that you want to have in your opening hand, like Leyline of Sanctity, and there's even more reasons to be mulliganing.
A mulligan from Chase now, too?
Yep.
Really waited that one out.
Yeah. Probably just giving it a good long think.
High stakes here.
Well, I mean, you know, the Burn deck, a lot of the hands are close.
Sure.
It's the difference between having 2 lands and 3 lands in your hand, or feeling like you don't have a way to interact with an artifact early, or you just don't have that turn 1 creature to pressure them consistently. A hand of 3 lands and 4 burn spells is not that great in this matchup.
Sure. Tron, meanwhile, a lot of hands not very close. Certainly benefited a ton from the London Mulligan. Although, like we have said all weekend, don't really believe it to be all that well positioned here, but a Tron deck always finds a way to do well regardless.
Somehow, one of them floats to the top.
Always does. And I think Adam has basically the perfect setup here. Going to have turn 2, crack Expedition map, get the 3rd Tron piece. Turn 3, Worm Coil Engine. Is it going to be enough?
Well, and Chase does not have the optimal start with a turn 1 Goblin Guide.
Right, just the Lava Spike from Chase.
So, a start like this, even if Chase has a Skull Crack, I don't think he's going to be able to close out the game before the Worm Coil Engine makes multiple attacks.
Here's Eidolon of the Great Revel.
Ooh.
Sorry, Chase.
Yeah.
Spells are not going to cost less than 3 at this point.
Once the opponent has Tron.
Adam says, I'm thinking about spending 6 mana on this turn. It's going to be Worm Coil Engine. I'm going to mute my mic because they have a top 8 announcement in the background. Our top 8 has been announced. I will tell you about it in just a moment. Did not want to spoil this match for you. In the meantime, Adam has cast Karn Liberated and Worm Coil Engine. Are those good Magic cards, Craig?
They're a little more powerful than what the other side is doing.
Yeah, I think so. And this Worm Coil Engine is going to attack Skull Crack, blunting the life gain. Chase Masters making a show of it here. Did have the Phyrexian Revoker as well to shut down the Karn Liberated. But here's Orbs of Warding from Adam Fronsee. That is going to provide ultimate protection. Brought it in, didn't leave it in the sideboard. If you don't know Orbs of Warding, 5 mana artifact, you have Hexproof. You can't be the target of spells or abilities your opponents control. If a creature would deal damage to you, prevent 1 of that damage.
Yeah, so this is a card that works on 2 fronts, right? You can't be burned out, and the creatures that are attacking you are blunted as they come in.
Life totals getting low for both players. Here's an attack from Eidolon and Phyrexian Revoker. Adam's going to fall to 7. Orbs of Warding, preventing 2 damage. Pretty good. How about a shock? Skewer the critics myself. Chase Masters dies.
Okay.
Just wants to get out maximum spell cast while in the feature match area.
That's fair. That's fair. A little more camera time.
Right.
And just like we were saying, he had the Skull Crack for the first attack.
Got to get them all, though.
But he wasn't able to close out the game from there, and yeah, the Worm Coil Engine was just going to completely take over the game from there. Sometimes it's chump block, kill my own guy with my burn spell so you don't gain life.
Yep.
But that is hard to do more than one turn.
Especially when you're on a mulligan, you need to have a lot of cards available to
Yep.
be able to find a successful path to victory with those kind of plays. So players shuffle up for game 3. Incredible stakes here. A top 8 berth on the line for Chase Masters and Adam Fronsee. Players looking over their opening 7.
Yeah, I think Adam has turn 3 Tron.
Does he have a payoff?
But if he doesn't have the right payoff, he definitely doesn't have Leyline.
Here's Goblin Guide. That's the right start for Chase Masters. Fronsee going to fall to 18, as does Chase. Fronsee going to play a power plant. Expedition map. Passes the turn over to Chase. Smash to smithereens,
Wow.
your expedition map.
Wow.
Take 3, and another whiff from that Goblin Guide. Adam down to 13. Has Chromatic Sphere. Cracks it. Green mana.
This is huge.
Ancient Stirrings.
He needs to Tron on 3 here.
Forest. Just shows Forest. Does he already have the tower in hand? I don't think so. And Adam Fronsee might be on the ropes here.
Tons of pressure coming from the other side of the board.
Yeah, look at this attack. Oh, the tower on top off the Goblin Guide flip. It was coming anyway, but it's nice to see it that way. And now, what can Adam Fronsee put together? Worm Coil Engine's pretty good, Craig. There it is, Worm Coil Engine. Does Masters have the removal spell? Something to stop the life gain of Worm Coil Engine.
Yeah, two lightning bolts would do it. Where you lightning bolt the opponent, and then you attack with everything, and then you lightning bolt your own guy that he blocked.
Yep. That would get the job done. I see Lava Spike.
I mean, there's other cards that are very close. Another Smash to Smithereens would definitely keep you in the game.
What are the last cards in hand? Definitely a Lava Spike.
I believe he has an Eidolon in there.
I thought I saw a Lightning Bolt.
Oh, it's multiple Lava Spikes.
Lava Spike you. Adam falls to 5. Pass. It must not have been a Lightning Bolt, Craig. Here's a Forest. Worm Coil Engine attacks. Block.
Oh, my math was wrong. My math was wrong. Right?
Yeah. He blocks the Monastery Swift Spear. Right?
Yes.
Yep. That's the problem with your line.
And Thragtusk is just going to pull this game away.
And Thragtusk gains a bunch of life.
It's hard to say that this game isn't over from this point.
Yeah, I think Chase kind of needs a miracle. So sometimes when doing combat math from a distance, we're inclined to do it in the best possible way as opposed to the worst possible way.
Yeah. 100%.
I think that's what you got caught by there. Would have been one short with your line. Also, Swift Spear gets too big to kill at that point too, so it would have been a very effective block from the Worm Coil Engine. And now, Craig, this one mostly feels over. I mean, Chase needs something here, or this game just got away from him.
Yeah, he's deep
Monastery
in the tank,
Swift Spear, Lava Spike you, jam with everyone. Make a block on the Swift Spear. Fronsee falls to 3.
But
Here's
right back
Worm
up
Coil
again.
Engine,
Yeah.
back to 9.
All of those cards he used last turn.
Erased.
Yeah.
And Chase Masters just so close.
He was 1 point shy
to forcing through those last points of damage. And now a lot of mana available. Gonna go ahead, Karn Liberated on that land. Chase Masters takes a draw, plays another Sunbaked Canyon. He's got a Worm Coil Engine shaped problem right now.
And you see what Adam's got in his hand there.
Chase gonna cast Eidolon to the Great Revel, falls to 6. Minus Karn, take out that Goblin Guide. Attack with everyone, double block, gain 6 more, go to 15. Just passes the turn back.
Oh, man.
Chase Masters draws a land.
So close this game.
Gonna go ahead and fetch, maximizing that camera time.
Maybe he'll draw a burn spell to burn himself again.
Finds a Skull Crack, and that is going to get the handshake. And with that, Adam Fronsee locks up a top 8 berth here.